Hello and welcome to this Revive Cooking recipe video where you'll develop your ability, your knowledge and your confidence in the kitchen to become the best home cook that you can be. In this video I'll be showing you how to make a chicken Genovese, so that's a chicken with a pesto sauce. So let's not hang around any longer, let's get into the kitchen and let's start cooking. So we have some chicken breast, we've got some green beans, I'm using pesto from a jar. You could make your pesto yourself, so that would be with some basil, some garlic, parmesan, olive oil, some pine kernels. Mash all that up in a pestle and mortar, a little bit of salt and pepper, maybe a squeeze of lemon at the end to brighten it up a bit. Alternatively, just buy the best quality pesto that you can afford within your budget. And the final ingredient is some pasta. I'm using some cassolecci, which is a pasta which is like a long tube with a hole kind of down the centre. It's quite nice because it kind of mimics the shape of the green beans. You could use any pasta shape that you want for this, and if you're looking to use a different carbohydrate, then this would absolutely work with rice as well, just substituting the pasta for rice. Now this is quite a quick recipe with very little preparation. So we're going to be poaching the chicken, cooking the pasta in boiling water and the green beans to blanch them, and then finally bringing it all together with some pesto. We have 2 pans of water on the boil, one for the pasta and one for the chicken breast. So we both will season them quite well with salt. So with the pasta particularly, we want the water to taste like the sea, as they say, so it needs to be quite sweet with salt, and we'll put a little bit into the chicken water as well. So we'll put the chicken in first because the chicken will probably take a couple of minutes longer than the pasta to cook, and with the chicken being a bit cold, once it's put into the water it'll reduce the heat of the pan as well, so it will take some time to come back up to the boil. So the chicken can go into this pan here. And a chicken breast like that, it will take somewhere between kind of 12 and 15 minutes to cook. So if you need to set a timer, set it now. The pasta will take about 10 minutes to cook. Once the chicken's been in for 4 or 5 minutes, then we can put the pasta in and they can both cook alongside each other. Now I'll go and wash my hands since I've handled the raw chicken, and by that time we'll look at putting the pasta in. Now the chicken's come back up to a simmer. It's been in for about 5 minutes. So with the pasta taking about 10 minutes, we'll put the pasta in now. So for a portion for one person for lunch, I'd maybe go with a really generous handful, and then just give it a single stir to make sure that none of it's sticking to the bottom. So we've got the chicken poaching, we've got the pasta boiling. So now we'll prepare the green beans, and then we'll be able to assemble the dish. This is the only real preparation that you need to do with this dish. So if we just take the beans, and we're just going to take the tops and bottoms off them to make them just a little more visually appealing. There's nothing wrong with these end bits, they are edible. It's just it looks a bit better if we just line them all up, and then we can run the knife along them, take those tops and bottoms off, remembering to keep your fingers well away from the blade. Oh, we've missed that one there. Just nip the end off. Like I say, these end bits they are edible, so you could certainly eat them. You can put them on the compost, give them to your dog. I'll just put them in my little bowl at the back here for now. And that's the green beans prepared. The chicken's been poaching now for about 14 minutes. The pasta's been in for coming up to 8 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll get the chicken out, check that it's cooked, and then we can start assembling the dish. So what's great with this as a method of cooking by poaching the chicken is that if it's not quite cooked, then we can just put the slices back into the simmering water just to finish the cooking through. Alternatively, if you've got a stick probe thermometer, you could use that to test the temperature. And we're looking for the internal temperature to be a minimum of 75 degrees Celsius, so that's 165 Fahrenheit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slice the chicken into bite-sized slices. And we can see that it's perfectly cooked through there. It doesn't need to go back into the water. But if, as you're cooking it, like I say, if you can see that it's still slightly blush pink in the middle, then you can put it back into the water. Just put the slices back into the water as they are, and after just another minute or so, it'll be cooked through. So that's the chicken sliced. Now what we can do is, if we get a spoon, and we'll take just a tablespoon of our pesto, a good heaped tablespoon. We'll put that into our bowl. And our chicken can go in with the pesto. We'll give that a stir around. And whilst that chicken's there soaking up the pesto, we'll take the green beans and we'll put those in with the pasta. Now the pasta's cooked through and the beans have been blanched. What we'll do is we'll take them off the heat. I'll just get my trivet and bring these across here. Now if you wanted your beans to be slightly more cooked through, then absolutely put them into the water with the pasta before you start preparing the chicken. But if you like them just cooked through, still with that bite, then do it in the order that I've done here. So now if I just take a spoon, and what I can do, I'll move this up here, is I can just take the pasta and the beans. If we get some of the water in there, it doesn't matter too much, so the pasta water will help create a bit of a sauce for the dish. Get those last few green beans. Oh, and a bit of pasta as well. Oh no, one escaped. Here it comes. And then we'll take this and we'll just give it all a stir through. Make sure that everything's coated in that pesto sauce. And it smells absolutely beautiful. You've got the real fruitiness from the basil and the garlic coming through. Now if we take our serving bowl, we'll take our big spoon again. We can just spoon this across into our serving bowl, making sure we get all that sauce as well. As a dish, it doesn't need any additional garnish on top because you've got the parmesan and the basil all in that sauce. So you don't need to grate any more on top or anything. And there we have it, our 4-ingredient chicken Genovese. So this is a really simple dish to make, as you've seen, and I've done it here for one portion. If you're doing it for more, then just multiply up the quantities of the ingredients. Like I say, it's really easy to make, so have a go, let me know how you get on, and if you like this video, then please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next time.